We are back on the inside. Just giving you guys a couple minutes to come on into the room so we can have the conversation. Sort of flipped it because I was expecting someone to continue the discussion yesterday, but had to they canceled last minute, so we are gonna probably do it tomorrow or Thursday, hopefully, if they have the time to come on into the room. Alrighty, but someone sent me this and I'm like, you know what, I might as well throw this into the room today and see how the men feel about this particular topic. So while you guys come on into the room, let me just share, and so our Facebook audience will have an opportunity to chime in as well if you can't make it on the live, or probably you're at work and you're not able to join in verbally. Well, you can do that on the live. You can do that on my Facebook page. All right, so good morning, Kareem. Mic down.
How you doing today?
I am good. What about you?
Good.
Wonderful. Good morning, Christelle. Good morning, Rita. Good morning, Cleolyn. Chemo, good morning, Sonia, Charmaine, Wendy. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope all is well on your end. Let me just so Kareem, you wanna share still while I share? You wanna let them know what we...
So today we are discussing how hard is it for a man to love again after being cheated on, and what can the next woman do to help him get past the pain.
What?
So how hard is it for a man to love again after being cheated on, and what can the next woman do to help him get past the pain? 4409595.
That's a pretty interesting.
Talk a lot yesterday.
I talked a lot yesterday. I did the majority of talking yesterday, so don't do that. Don't do that, Kareem. Don't do that. Don't try to bail. It's about men. I don't know about men. I don't have testicles, so I can't speak up on certain things the way you would. So you would have to engage us. And
trying to expose us this morning, boy.
No, it's not exposing. It's a question. Wendy, could go both ways, but a lot of the times, most of our topics, it's more leaning towards women and how women can do this and how women can do that. And sometimes we act as though, men don't have feelings and they're not they're not allowed to feel, or we're not supposed to have these conversations with our men, or about our men or what have you. So yes, it could go both ways, but today we ain't looking at both ways. We're looking at the man's way. Yeah? We want to know how hard is it for a man to love again after being cheated on, because we seem to think that only men do the cheating. Right?
Facts.
I'm seeing a comment here. I'm not too sure if we're on the same wavelength. So let me share the topic again. The topic is, how hard is it for a man to love again after being cheated on? And what can the next woman do to help him get past that pain? We get it now, or we...
I think we're good now. I think everybody gets it.
She does. Let me see if I can learn something, because mostly all men get their hand already.
She not really? Will you just come out?
Yeah, you guys have. I'm not sure if you're willing to admit. A lot of the times you act like, hey, well, let's just say maybe you didn't know. Let's leave it. Let's chalk it down to ignorance. You didn't know you have, or you did, or whatever the case might be. But be that as it may, what can you do? And I'm already seeing a lot of comments on it coming in on the WhatsApp. And remember, you can call 440-9595, or you can
send us a voice note.
You can send us
don't type. You want to hear the expression in the voice.
You can send us a voice note. So
Well, for me,
Hold on.
Oh,
Somebody want to talk to
what?
us. Hold on.
Power 95. Good morning.
Hey, morning, guys.
Morning,
Morning,
morning, morning.
All right. So, first of all, there's nothing that next woman could do. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You sure about that?
Yeah. There's nothing she could do.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to
Man
put it
still
so
have to-
plainly, but
I would say the man still has to remember is not the girl that he with that doing anything, right?
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it go hard for him to love again. She just had to be herself. And he had to realize that that is not a person that doing what happened.
And
You know? So
makes sense.
it go hard for him, and he go watch every little thing, but there's nothing she could do.
Uh-huh.
You know?
So nothing a woman can do to help you get past the fact that you were cheated on. You got the boot.
There's nothing she could do, basically. Nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really thought that was something we can do.
well,
No,
it's no
it's
wonder they
nothing.
say man is rockstone in here.
Wow.
No, and it's that simple, you know? I mean, she might make a mistake and he might watch it and question it.
You know,
because of
you
what
know, you-
happened to him already.
You know what I realized? I realized that men hurt and y'all hurt worse and longer than women. And not because a man is more sensitive, but because most men believe a woman who says she cares about him, claims to love him, would never cheat, blah, blah, blah. But you're wrong. But so how do you move on as a man is the question.
You see, no, if he stay in the relationship that he get a hand from, then everything he go question and he go watch everything, every little. You don't have to be a red flag, you go be a yellow, but he go treat it like a red flag. But you see the next woman he go with, there's nothing she could do. It's up to he to but there's nothing she can really do.
Wow.
Thank you,
Alright.
brother.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Good. Elimus, you seem to be saying a lot in the chat, so maybe you would like to share your experience with us because you're saying since after you got yours, you never loved again. So you got one time, and you never ever fell in love again. Like
A week.
you never ever fell in love again, Elimus. But my thing here is, I'm seeing a couple comments on the WhatsApp saying, wow, the phone line busy, boy. Whoa, I can't even express myself.
Power 95. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I listen to your program and it sounds interesting. For me, I don't have a problem with that because we born and we meet that day. John, Tom, Dick, Harry try to get rid of it and they can't get rid of it.
So you don't feel away if you cheated on? You don't feel hurt? You don't
No,
feel...
I don't own you, madam.
Brother.
Listen to me.
But that's his feelings. Let's hear him.
But listen to me. The part I don't like about women is when they want to own me.
So it should go both ways.
I can't talk to Tom, I can't talk to Harry. If she see me talking to Harry, she feel I with Harry already. No, don't own me.
So
all about
open relationship.
Yes, don't own me. I don't own you. I don't stop if I'm talking to Dick. I don't stop if I'm talking to Harry. You be honest to me, and I be honest to you. You go on me. Well, go on. I live in that cool and quiet, and like I know nothing. I don't been bothered over it. You pay your price for what you do. So what you want me to do? Gas up and kick you up and then you want the police coming and collect and put no. You pay your price. The Almighty knows. You be fair to me, I be fair to you. I don't have to keep you and watch you all the way you go. Or if you're doing that, you're supposed to know what you're supposed to do.
All right, brother.
And if it happens, will you just move right along? You don't...
I keep moving on. So what am I going to do? Stop in
So
life?
hold on. You move on single or you move on with somebody else?
Well, I move on like I do the basic what I'm supposed to do as a husband. I pay my bills. I buy the groceries, and I live on. So what? Give me what you find I should do.
No, I agree
Nice,
with you.
it's
I agree with
you,
you.
it's
You won't
you.
put yourself in trouble for
You
people's
understand?
children.
And because before, as I tell you, before you come, I come in this world. That was going on forever.
So,
Man kill himself, man do what, and it's still there.
I
So
agree
what
with
you go
you.
do?
No
Right,
fighting.
What
brother.
you go do?
Alrighty.
What you go do? Huh?
I agree to you.
I
Totally
live in
agree.
my life. I live in my life like nothing goes on. But you know how you want to do. You do something wrong, and then you shouldn't be doing that. You go beyond your content.
I like him.
I don't beating you up and kicking you up. You have your life to live. I have my life to live. But one thing I said I don't like is you owning me and want me to come inside this hour. I can't talk to Tom. I
You
can't
can't talk to
Harry.
Jane. You can't
Hey,
talk
zero.
to
Yeah,
Lisa. Nobody.
yeah,
Right.
None of that.
yeah. And then you free you talking to anybody, and I don't have no problem with you talking to nobody.
Alright.
Because we all live in a world, and everybody has to communicate with one another.
Gotcha.
All right,
All
brother.
right, bro. Thanks so much.
Yeah, good man.
All right. Yeah. We kind of went off track for a little bit, but I understand what he was trying to say. But getting back to what we're saying, the topic. Somebody says, Aruna, from my experience, it's very hard. They cannot forget. Every other woman coming that infidelity will feel the effect of it. It will be up to the woman to endure or not. Someone says there's nothing the next woman can do. It's something he must deal with it by himself. However, the next woman must understand that there will be times when he will judge her like his ex. She just have to assure him that she's not his ex. Now, I'm almost like, as I've been trying to say this for the longest while. You guys, you can also call 440-9595, or you can
Talk
send,
fast.
send a WhatsApp a message. But I'm also reading a lot of comments expressing that women should, leave the man alone who's been hurt or run away. I mean, I understand what most are saying, what most of you are saying by making the man responsible for his own healing. Just as women have to be, right? Women have to be responsible for their own healing. But shouldn't be there at least be some considerations if you know in advance of dealing with a man that he has been through his trauma? I mean, even if those men are healed, they're still vulnerable, And if our attitude is, stay away from damaged men, will that make men less likely to admit to their past pain? Because we say we want vulnerability in a man, but when he expresses it, it's a different story. You can't deal with it. Then you're told to man up and, you're soft and this, that, or the other. I don't know. Maybe that's why men have a harder time healing, because they're judged different for being hurt. And maybe that's why a lot of men cry in the dark and act like they don't cry at all. Maybe that's why a lot of men cry in the dark and pretend that, hey, they're not hurting or they're not feeling, hey, me studying she could go with your man, but they're actually feeling a type of way and feeling hurt because of,
that's
of that. Y'all just choose to show it differently. Women are more expressive. We're more, we'll let you know. We'll let the world
It's
know.
not that it's more accepted as well for women to be that way. But it's not really, if a man is that way, then he is looked upon as though he's soft and he's not a man,
But still, also on the other hand, you can't force a grown man to do anything. So what can you do to help him get past? It's his hurt. He will have to get rid of it, deal with it. Maybe you can just be supportive and try not to make the process harder by giving him reasons to think, okay, you're like that person, or you're gonna do the same, or just little red flags that keep popping up. You try to reassure him. Maybe that's the most you can do. Like, be there, be a support structure. But in terms of doing anything, it's something he's gonna have to do himself. Deal with his bitterness and deal with his healing. You probably just be a good support, a good support figure. But what can you really do? What can you really do? So, fellas, we want to hear from you. How hard is it for a man to love again after being cheated on? How hard is it? What are some of the concerns that you have? What bothers you? What's on your mind? Speak.
Good morning. Very interesting topic. My contribution is basically just as how a woman can break you, another woman can build you. So it's simple. Not all females are the same, and I believe that.
That's
That
an
makes
interesting.
sense.
Yeah, a woman can break you and another. Hey, Eli Moss, I didn't realize you reached. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Let me make sure that there's no echo on your end. All right. Good morning, Eli Moss. How are you?
Yeah.
You come in there all that.
I mean, you all have me turn in that way.
You go dead.
You go dead and live on in that way. I like to give little stories so Karim could learn something. I realized he came in the world in
Yeah,
2000.
young, so
And
profitable.
and I was in the world about 5 years before, 5 or 10, somewhere.
Let me hear
I
you.
used to live. I used to live with a woman. We had a serious relationship
Mm.
in Brooklyn, and she used to come home after work and tell me all who like who on the job, all who like who, and never one day hear she say anybody like that. And I go tell you something, Karim, that I don't know if you know that the
Mm.
majority of hunting does take place on the job, on the workplace, because that's people who you see every day.
Mm-hmm.
The majority, not all, but the majority does be on the workplace. Co-worker, that's the next topic I have. A friend the co-worker. Anyway, she coming home and she telling me all who like who on the work. I never want to hear she say anybody like.
Mm.
When I do my investigation, was a man right on the job. So they taking break together after work whatsoever, and she don't go among Grenadians that she know majority of Grenadians know me. And we like to talk. So she go to a different country. So Aruna, to be honest with you, men deal with it different, because I told you that on many times on the program. Men cannot stand to know a next man sleep with the woman he love or his wife. We might pretend, but we take it out. A lot of men who end up in the asylum or the madhouse is not only roaming. Some of them don't only mad. Sorry, some of them is not only mad, is on bring men to the madhouse too. We can't deal with it. We cannot deal with it.
What
especially with a man, especially with a man we don't like, especially with somebody we don't like.
what about it hurts you the most?
The same woman I used to deal with used to call all other women's name. I know I live on the radio, so I don't want to say the word. You know where you're coming from. Anybody she see her talking to you, that little thing, and they always talking that. And I say, well, remember in the spotlight, our fans, people go say things, but she always call other women name like she's so goody. You understand? Like she's so perfect.
And then you got the boots.
So it surprised me, and I go tell you something. Big man speak.
I find
enough to say.
I find you sounding like you still hot, Limos. Like you never really got over that one.
Trust, I have trust issues. I don't trust people easy. I've been frank with you. I don't trust people easy. Who deal with me could tell you that.
Limos, you came on this very said show how many times and spoke of infidelity, how much time you how much woman you had at one point in time. And
yes.
and you now talking about you have trust issues.
That's true. That is why I also said on your program, men wed with us at 10 women in a dance. 10 women in a dance, and as 1 out of the 10 dance with somebody else, we're ready to break up the dance. We just want to do, but we don't like when nobody do. That's us. That's men. And the majority of men will tell you that.
It's a case of like you could give, but you can't take. You can't handle it. You can't handle the fact that your woman is that open and intimate with somebody else that's not you.
Yes. So you don't know man. So you don't know man does have a wife in the house and they still want to control the side chick.
Yeah, you can do this.
Control as where you come out, where you go in, where you think. So you don't know that. And they had a wife in the house. Come on, I tell you, we're weird. We're different.
Why find you get over the fact that woman cheated on
you? And that was 1904. Yes, and I don't get over it. I get over it, but just the trust. You see, when you put your heart into somebody and they tear it apart, trust me, very hard for the next person when they come in your life. And sometimes you might get harmed before, you get disappointed before, Arona, and a good man making a move at you, and you chase him. Arona, you see how you chased me when I came after you? Yeah, you chase away good people. Yeah, that does happen. You chase good people because you get hot. I didn't say you get hot before because I don't know your life. But most time, women get hot and they chase away good men. And men get hot and they think everybody go come and do the same.
Eli was only good, yes. Eli was chasing away because he's good, So if you were that good, Eli must we probably be here now, white picket fence, couple children running, a little dog running around the yard. If you were good, Eli must.
But Specky, why you feel it didn't get you?
With Arona?
Yeah.
She tell me a chip. Yeah, she does always tell me actually. I think that one of the reason. She don't want to admit it, but I one of the reason. She does always tell me actually.
No, I was always telling you.
And I give her right. I give her the right from Grenville to Sutton. Every time she walk with the radio station, it's from Grenville to Sutton. Carry my bag on the whole road. I put some lie in and between because sometimes you have to lie to get through.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
nothing
yeah,
no work.
yeah.
When I tell you none no work, none no work. None
Yeah,
no work.
lie. What?
Yeah, but back to the topic. When we get hot around a man cannot stand. I'm telling you that again. To know anybody, majority of marriage breakup is because man can stand. We just do it, but we cannot stand to know nobody sleep with wife or with women. We have wife, we have 5 other women. We know it's wrong to have 5 other women as one out of the other women thing. We're ready to create problem and stop pay she bills and stop it. We cannot deal with it. We cannot deal. I know a man cuss a woman in Sotes and he asks her, so the next man better than me. Tell me the next Karim, we go talk next time. You'll learn something new too.
Hey, hold on, but don't go yet. Don't go yet. I want to
I
deal
need to speak to
with-
Elimus
with the next part of the question.
because Elimus said the reason that I wouldn't want to go in because he feel like cheap. I have never heard a woman in Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martin in the United States of America ever say Elimus hand light. Every woman I've spoken to have been with Elimus years, months, weeks, had the same complaint.
Well, that is why Jello
that
say
boy
he's the man to work it.
had. And you see, then again, they're Jello, right?
He old and he
But-
cold and he
But he don't spending no money still.
don't spend
He
no
ain't spending no money still. Call him what you want. That is one artist that you ain't getting to eat, and you don't be able to say, oh, eat out the money. Not he.
Don't think so.
Not Eli
So
Musk.
the woman had to buy the plane ticket for, and when she reached in Brooklyn, I didn't see her. Me hand it tight.
Eli Musk,
Sorry,
that-
me hand it tight.
Eli Musk, after that, your hand get tight. They say one bad. bunch. You used to, according to John Public and rumors, you used to before. But apparently, after that incident where you buy that plane ticket and that woman come for an next man in Brooklyn, that was
He
it.
over that.
You make up your mind after that, nah,
He
not
over
happening
that.
again. You ain't giving nobody nothing.
I built a whole house in St. Andrews you don't know about. I built a whole house in St. Andrews.
You build house for woman too. I be like,
I
what?
built a whole house in St. Andrews. Right now, I can't even pass close to the house.
That house could have been a Aruna one.
Well, what problem you causing the car? Can we go fire you?
Eli must have a great day. Thank you very much.
All right, yeah, man. But nice topic. But before I go again, men cannot deal with it. We might try to put up a front and pretend like we're so strong. Men don't want to know nobody. They could have five women. They don't want to know nobody sleeping with their partner.
But
All
speaking
right, be great.
Let's start the question just before you go. What can a woman do to help you get over it? They want to.
Well, as the caller said before, she had to be herself. Because don't matter what she do. Don't matter what she do. If you are trust issues and you go through your experience before, you always peeping, the one in your life, you always peeping her, you always feel, well, she might do the same thing. If she tell you, if she finish work 4 o'clock and you know she's supposed to be in the house by 15:15 or 5:30 or 5, or the most if you see after 5, you always want to peep, you always thinking, you are down the road seeing what bus or what vehicle she come out in. Trust issues is very, very, very dangerous. But she just have to be herself. Because I don't care what she do. You know, you have trust issues. She just have to be herself and hope that it work. Just so with a woman too, and a woman come in with life and she get hot before and all kind of thing. And she always feel well, I mean, I have a woman in my life right now and I prove to her that I change and everything and we're going.
Hey, I didn't know that. So things looking up for you then.
Yeah, but she from Puerto Rico.
You know the problem I have with some of you, some of you men. Y'all run all your entire life, all race when all you was, in horse position, stallion, and as soon as all you reach donkey, all you want to settle down and give people problems now because you realize things aren't working like how it used to be before, without assistance.
Yes.
So now you finally
Yeah,
decide.
buddy.
Now you want to give somebody loyalty and respect and all of that. Why didn't you pick one and do that all along? When you're in your prime,
we
when
do
you're in your good days, when
Well,
you're in your galloping days,
well, I
when
really-
you're bolting out of the before the gun go off,
I
you're
can
bolting.
I can answer that one, but that is true, and we just want to settle down when the current go.
Have a great day, Limus.
But the woman are dating from Puerto Rico. I had enough with Grenadians, and I keep her away from Grenadians.
From
Yeah,
Puerto
from
Rico?
Puerto Rico.
You can speak
Yeah,
Spanish.
Puerto Rico.
You can speak
Yeah,
Spanish.
Puerto Rico. Yeah. Yeah. She just call me papi. Have a wonderful day. May God bless you.
Listen, I swear I can't deal with this dude. Just call him Papi. That's all he know, Papi. I swear that's all he like wants know. She just call him Papi.
Boss Rolito is in Puerto Rico.
Like what you need to hear. You seriously need to hear. I swear. I can't even read some of these comments here. I swear I am in tears. Hold on, let me share this one. What is person here saying?
Yeah, morning there, morning there.
Morning.
My take on this topic is simple. People that have this issue of moving on after being cheated on is people who have it in their mind that that individual that they with that man or that woman, everybody else that come after that is the same. And the only reason that you remain bitter or have an issue is if that you still have unresolved feelings for that particular person. Because again, I understand, and I wouldn't do it, that I was with somebody, the person cheated on me for whatever reason. Now I'm in a relationship with somebody else, and I'm looking at them in that way, that new person, I'm looking at them as if they're going to cheat or they're going to do wrong. So I'm watching them cross-eye and I'm worried. It's because I have issues from the past relationship, which should not come over into the new relationship because all women are not the same, just as all men are not the same. So it has to do with a level of maturity and understanding on that man's part for him to be able to move on.
Good point. Really, really
Thank you,
good
brother.
point. Yeah, and we both do it. Women do it, men do it. And that's why you always hear men say, well, not men, all men are the same.
The
We're
same,
constantly
yeah,
having
yeah.
to say that because you take those issues from one relationship and bring it into another relationship when you're supposed to treat each one on its own merit, on its own strength, you know, and not carry the baggage over into
But, I
it.
mean, sometimes it's our fault too, Aruna, because sometimes, I mean, we know we just came out of something. We know we inhale it, no time in pass, and
You know,
then
it's funny. you
it's
talk
like we
about
try to
that. I
use
saw
the next
something-
person or something
Someone
to get
sent me
over it.
something to do with healing.
Mhm.
And
So
there
sometimes we
was-
cannot be our worst enemy as well.
Oh my
Because
gosh, I can't remember what was the name of. Let me see if I can find it while we're listening to this one here.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
morning.
Blessed day. It's a very interesting topic today. My take on that is pain takes time to heal, first of all. And I think from a man's standpoint, maturity plays a lot to do with it. One. Two, taking the time, if you encounter something like that, taking the time by yourself or to yourself and heal. Go through your pain and heal yourself. And put yourself in a position where you love yourself and you're ready to love again. I personally feel that there's nothing a woman can really do to assure a man about his past, about the cheating past. I think it's just that individual have to take the time and heal himself, right? And once he take the time and heal himself, and whoever comes into his life after that, he take the time and get to know that person for who they are and who they is, and love that person with respect. Because a lot of the time, one of the issues I believe that one of the issues that people they get into that relationship after being cheated on or whatever the case is, they get into that relationship without by healing, and it's like they carry over burden and baggage into a new relationship when they have not healed themselves properly. So it's like they never could love someone properly because themselves not healed properly for them to love someone. And it's like the slightest thing that they see, they're making judgment on that person because they have not healed themselves properly in order to love someone and take the time to know that person, that new person, for what they are and who they are. But it's all, I believe it's all have to do with taking the time and heal yourself and
you know, put yourself in a position where that you feel that you heal yourself and you're ready to love again.
Somebody is making a really important point. I was about to read something that someone sent me yesterday as well. Sheena is saying healing yourself doesn't mean you have to go through it alone. You can lean on your support system. It can be friends, family, whatever. And as a matter of fact, it can even be the person that you're dealing with. This person sent this to me. It says, I can tell you with great certainty that you do not need to be fully healed in order to date or deserve to be in a relationship. I know this to be true for the obvious reason that we are never, ever fully healed. And for the most subtle reason that since it is relationships that wound us, then it must be through relationships that we heal. And I found that to be very, very, very interesting. You can tell with great certainty that you do not need to be fully healed in order to date or deserve to be in a relationship. I know this to be true for the obvious reason that we are never fully healed, and for the most subtle reason that since it is relationships that wound us, it then must be through relationships that we heal. Someone sent me this yesterday, and I thought it was really, really interesting. And I'm glad that we speaking on healing because fits in nicely with what we are talking about. But as usual, the issue is to do with men, and we have a lot of women in the room giving their thoughts on it. And the men, as usual, taking a back seat. And then y'all say we don't speak up for you, and we don't have talk shows or talk programs for you. Someone, Dwayne says one of the problems is that cheating has become the norm these days, so people don't see cheating as a big issue, and that's where did he go? And that is where the problem lies.
I remember someone actually was saying, like she cheated on the man, and when he found out and everything, it's like she was saying, yeah, but that is normal these days.
Wow.
You know, at least I living with you, cooking for you, cleaning for you. So what is the big deal?
What's the big deal?
You know, like
okay.
It has just become an acceptable part of the society.
Deborah says some people don't take time to get over a breakup and they end up going from one person to another, which never works out because they're dependent on that person to make them whole. And you are so right. And that is something that I had to, really, really talk to myself about, go really deep and like came to the realization that a lot of the times we get into relationships wanting that person to make us happy. And when something happens, it's like our entire world crashes. We fall apart completely because we're dependent on that person for our happiness. But what I've discovered, and I'm so thankful, like I say, it's never too late to learn and, get to a place that nobody can make you happy. Happiness is an inside job. You start with self. And when you're in a relationship, that person can contribute to your happiness, but they should not be solely responsible, because in that way, something happens, you wouldn't be so badly hurt. Your world wouldn't fall apart completely. You wouldn't be so torn because you didn't put all your happiness in the hands of that person or laid it at their feet and left it up to them to make you happy. You did that. So you come into the relationship already whole, already happy. So homeboy or homegirl adds to that. They contribute to that. They add some more, you're already filled. You're not quite over the brim. You're not falling over. You fill up a cup and just before it gets to the top, you turn it off. So you're like just there, and that person comes and they drop a little bit more into it and take you to the top. But you're filled enough by yourself and not dependent on another person to fill you up so much that when something happens, your entire world crashes. And I think that is the mistake that we make a lot of the times. We expect other people to make us happy in every way, shape, or form. And we don't take time to work on our own selves and our own happiness and not be solely dependent on a man or a woman to do that for us, because that will continue the cycle. Because if it doesn't work with that person, immediately you start looking for somebody again to maintain that happiness you're seeking. So either way, if you work on self, pour into self first, love self first, and ensure that you're responsible for your own happiness, when things go south in a relationship, of course it's gonna hurt, but it's not gonna feel like the world ended or you're literally dying because that person snatched your happiness away from you and you don't know joy anymore. You don't know how to be happy anymore because that person was the be all and end all. So that is something we probably need to work on self, pouring into self, loving self, being happy by yourself. So anybody else who comes into your life or whose life you enter, you'll be okay regardless. Because a lot of the times that's what we do. We lay the happiness, the keys to our happiness in somebody else. When you should be holding on to your keys. You go out and give somebody your key to hold, your house key or your vehicle key, and you don't take it back. How do you get inside your home? You got to hold on to your keys. There are things that somebody would do. Probably know you like a little red velvet cake. They get you a slice or they get you some cupcakes. That, little things that makes you happy. But it should not be a case of, well, I ain't hear from him today, or I go dead. And no.
I feel to kill myself.
Oh, I made a mistake somewhere. Thanks, Shelly. Kareem, I need food. The food man outside. See what he's got. Anyways, we're getting ready to shut it down for today. Thank you so very much for coming into the room. Oh, Shelly, it's hard to edit. It's a flyer that was sent to me. It wasn't one that I wrote myself. So it's hard to edit. It's like a picture. Yeah, someone sent to me. So I'll have to write it over completely myself and discard that one if that's the case. Anywho's, guys, thank you so much for being part of the room today. We'll be back tomorrow, God's will. Thank you so very much. BB, don't be greedy. Take a little slice. So that person should compliment you, not complete you. All right. Have a good Tuesday. We'll be back for another one. Thanks to our friends at Beacon Insurance and Western Union for making it possible. Appreciate you all the time. Until tomorrow, have a good one, y'all.